Good afternoon or good evening. My name is Dr. John R. Harrell II, and I serve as the Assistant Vice President for Student Services and Student Engagement here at Texas Tech Health El Paso. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the Foster School of Medicine Spring 2024 Commencement Ceremony. At this time, please stand for the academic processional and remain standing for the presentation of colors by the El Dorado High School Naval JROTC under the direction of retired Senior Chief Petty Officer Francisco Castanon and retired Petty Officer First Class Anthony Lopez. Also, remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. Once again, welcome to this year's Spring 2024 Commencement Ceremony for the Foster School of Medicine. Before we go any further in our program today, I want to take a moment to introduce you to our platform party and the esteemed leadership of the school. First, I want to introduce Dr. Richard Lang, the Rick and Ginger Francis Endowed President of Texas Tech Health El Paso, and Endowed Dean of the Foster School of Medicine and Professor in the Department of Internal Medicine. I would also like to introduce Dr. Wendy Woodall, the Vice President of Academic Affairs and Professor in the Woody L. Hunt School of Dental Medicine. Regent Pat Gordon, representing the Texas Tech University System Board of Regents. Dr. Richard Brower, Assistant Vice President for Academic Affairs and Associate Professor in the Department of Medical Education. Dr. Maureen Francis, Associate Dean for Medical Education and Professor in the Department of Medical Education. Dr. Tanis Hogg, Assistant Dean for Medical Education, Professor and Chair of the Department of Medical Education. Dr. Charmaine Martin, Associate Dean for Student Affairs and Associate Professor in the Department of Family and Community Medicine. Dr. Tay, Assistant Dean for Student Affairs and Professor in the Department of Medical Education. Dr. Cynthia Perry, Associate Dean for Admissions and Associate Professor in the Department of Medical Education. And Dr. Luis R. Muñez, 2024 President of the El Paso County Medical Society and Clinical Assistant Professor in the Department of Pediatrics. Our esteemed stage party was followed in the procession by the distinguished faculty within the school. Also, directly following them were our graduates that we are all gathered together to celebrate, and those hooders who will be assisting in the presentation of their academic hoods. Can we take one more moment to honor our esteemed faculty, academic leadership, and all of the students that we've come to celebrate today? We truly are excited for this great accomplishment. At this time, please welcome Mr. Pat Gordon to the podium for remarks on behalf of the Texas Tech University System Board of Regents.
Good evening. On behalf of the Texas Tech University System and the Board of Regents, I want to welcome each of you to the 2024 Paul L. Foster School of Medicine Commencement and Convocation ceremony, is a long word. And I want to offer my heartfelt congratulations on this incredible achievement. We are so proud of each and every one of you. And for you guys, I'm speaking directly to you. I'd also like to congratulate all the family and friends who supported each of you to reach this achievement. And I stand here today. I'm a Board of Regent. I'm a Texas Tech alumni, a fellow El Pasoan, and I am filled with intense pride for this class of students. You know, over 4 years ago, each of you made a decision to attend the Paul Foster School of Medicine, and that has taken you down a path that most will never know. The last 4 years have probably been some of the most challenging but also rewarding times. But the fact that you're here today is a testament of your dedication and your hard work. You finished what you started, and that's a big deal. Now, even though today is about each of you, many El Pasoans have reason to celebrate. Your dream of becoming a doctor is a goal this community has worked tirelessly. and you will forever be part of a school like no other, which crossed boundaries in an effort to provide the most progressive path toward becoming a doctor. And you will forever belong to a city with a rich culture all its own. And the reality is your success is forever a symbol of a larger mission, one that involves growing competent, culturally sensitive, and aware physicians for an underserved community. And it's a lot to live up to, but we believe in you. And you are proof that hard work, determination, and an honorable goal lead to the realization of dreams. But as you step into the world as your next chapter of your career to become a doctor, equipped with knowledge, skills, and endless potential, I want you to know that your university, your faculty, your family, and your friends are cheering you on every step of the way. Each of you have the power to make a difference, to inspire others, and to leave your mark on the world. And to the faculty of the Foster School of Medicine, thank each of you for investing and serving these students diligently. You should be very proud. And for your continued effort to grow this school into one of the finest in the nation. You have much to be proud of. Congratulations once again. We're incredibly proud of all of you, and we can't wait to see where the future endeavors take you. Thank you.
I'm Rick Lang. I have the privilege of being president of Texas Tech University Health Sciences Center and also dean of the Paul L. Foster School of School of Medicine, excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll notice there's an empty seat to your right and my left. That can only be one of three things. Either we can't count correctly, two, someone can't find a parking spot, or three, this is reserved for a very special person. And that person I'm about to announce, this is reserved for the Gold-Headed Cane Award recipient. Let me describe it. The Gold-Headed Cane Award is a long-standing tradition in medicine begun by the Royal College of Physicians in London in 1689. And I remember that day well. At that time, the college selected a physician to carry the cane who they deemed to be an outstanding clinician and to exemplify the ultimate in consideration for patient care. The tradition was brought to America in 1919, and now it continues as our tradition here in El Paso. Now, the recipient is jointly selected by the students and faculty behind me as the individual who best exemplifies those attributes that are most desirable in the competent and caring physician. Now, the cane was actually designed by one of our faculty and handcrafted, Dr. Herb Jansen. Herb, you back there? Wave, yeah. The cane and an engraved nameplate are prominently displayed in the glass cases of our medical education building, and the Gold-Headed Cane Award recipient will also sit with the platform party in that seat for the remainder of the ceremony. It's considered time out. And they'll also lead the class in the recitation of their class oath. Now, to this particular time, the person's been selected, but they don't know who it is. And now the recipient of this year's Gold-Headed Cane Award is Noemi Lopez Valdez. Come here, Noemi. Okay. There's the name. And there's a plaque that says Gold-Headed Cane Award presented to Noemi Lopez Valdez. And there is an envelope with no money in it, but an indication that it will be directly deposited to your bank account. So Noemi, congratulations. All right, we have one other award to present. It's called the Dean's Highest Academic Achievement Award. And that's given to the student who has achieved the most honors grades in the required clerkships in years 3 and 4, as well as the highest average of their national step 1 and 2 scores. This year, the student who demonstrates the highest academic achievement is Ulfik Belkin. Did you know that, Ulfik?
No, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. This is the Dean's Highest Academic Achievement Award presented to Ulfik Belkin. By the way, it's a surprise to him, not to us, though. And it also comes with a monetary award, but you don't get to sit on the front.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
much. Yes, sir. Thank you. Very kind. Thank you. Go ahead.
It is now my pleasure to welcome Jake DePasquale, President of the Class of 2024, to come up to the podium.
Okay. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here. Full disclosure, ChatGPT did not have any hand in this speech, so please forgive any long-winded sentences or grammatical errors. First off, congratulations to the Foster School of Medicine, Class of 2024. And thank you for honoring me with the opportunity to serve as one of your student leaders over the last 4 years and for the opportunity to speak today. On behalf of my class, I would like to thank all of the family, friends, loved ones, mentors, and faculty that supported my class on this journey, getting us to where we are today. There are very few scenarios where someone finds their way into medical school and through medical school alone. I would also like to thank the people and community of El Paso for welcoming us and allowing us to participate in your care these last few years. It has been truly remarkable and a defining experience for us. Now, the class of 2024, behind me. I'd like you all to remember our first year in El Paso. We met for the first time virtually. I did most everything via webcam. There was uncertainty and unforeseen isolation and stark contrast to what we had always imagined medical school to be. But what I recall most prominently were my classmates' actions during this period, from handing out food on their weekends to vaccinating our at-risk population here in El Paso, all the while continuing steadfastly in their academic and scholarly pursuits. Collectively, our class has contributed over 14,000 hours of service to this community these last 4 years. And on top of juggling their rigorous commitments required of them in school and their extracurriculars and in their scholarship activities. So as the circumstances of our first year normalized, we also encountered changes to our first national board exam and faced down a novel curriculum in our clinical years. But again, what stays with me isn't the challenges, but the camaraderie that developed and the collaborative culture that was maintained from our first year. This class has demonstrated a remarkable resilience and the ability to persevere despite untoward circumstances while always taking that extra step to be committed to their patients and their community. This spirit is what I challenge my class to continue as you discover the physician you will be in residency. I challenge you to continue to recognize the extraordinary and rare privilege that you fought for in your undergraduate and professional careers prior to medical school. To accept the responsibilities that entails in your community, to your patients, to the physicians that follow you, and to each other, as you've already started these last 4 years. Continue to be career learners, never become complacent, and always remember the impact that you can have in the communities in which you are working. I also hope that as this journey inevitably becomes more challenging, that you look back at your past selves and your goals when you started down this path. Pay close attention to our oath from first year that we're about to recite. Save your personal statements if you must, to revisit. And remember what you wanted to accomplish and why you wanted to accomplish it in the first place. And after laying the heavy stuff on you, all these heavy responsibilities and things we need to do, I also challenge you to the most difficult thing of all. Do all these things while taking care of yourselves, your families, your pets, and your plants. As we know, our patients are better served when we are healthy and whole. Focus on the joys of the journey before the destination. Again, congratulations to the class of 2024. I hope this isn't the last time that we work to get with each other, because I know that the future of medicine is brighter because of you, and that we are better together. Now join me in welcoming our keynote speaker to the podium, Dr. Richard Lang.
Well, the Paul L. Foster School of Medicine class of 2024 would like to welcome our distinguished faculty, our proud parents and grandparents, the astounded aunts, uncles, and cousins, the skeptical siblings, and the relieved spouses. Welcome to graduation. Yes. Well, one thing I don't want to do is follow Jake again. Jake, those are great comments. But since this is a commencement speech to you, I'm going to turn my back to the audience and address you all. They're going to make the mic a little hotter. Thank you very much, so I can do that. Now, unlike Jake, I actually asked ChatGPT to write my commencement speech, okay? Because this is the 10th one I've been at here at the Paul L. Foster School of Medicine. Now, ChatGPT gave me a speech that was 1 minute and 38 seconds long. You're not that lucky. Okay, no. But it said to mention the following: mixed emotions, excitement, nostalgia, and apprehension. Throw in a comment about perseverance, sacrifice, and determination. Thank you, Jake. Mention hours of study, sleepless nights, and moments of doubt. Ask them to remember lessons learned, mentors, patients, and colleagues. Affirm they're prepared to rise to the challenge of the changing healthcare field. Quote Hippocrates, and then conclude with, "You are the future of medicine." 4 years of medical school summed up in in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Now, I've been told the secret of a great commencement speech is to have a very good beginning and a very good ending and as close as possible, but that's way too short and too impersonal. So you can query ChatGPT to give more information. So I said, on top of that, put in specifics about the Paul F. Foster School of Medicine. Now remember, ChatGPT scours data from around the world. And here is it says: insert something about the unique spirit of community and excellence that defines the Foster School of Medicine. Pretty good. Mention their deep-rooted commitment to addressing the healthcare needs of our community, specifically the student-run free clinic, the global health program, and research initiatives. Even ChatGPT knows about. And then finally, remark about lifelong friends and colleagues that Jake had mentioned. Well, that was an improvement. So I said, let's go a little bit further. Can you mention something about being a student during COVID? It said, recommend not going there. Danger, danger, danger. Yeah. My fourth query: who remembers commencement speeches? Answer: hardly anyone. Fifth question: will the students remember their commencement speaker? If it's a good commencement speech, not likely. If it's bad, you'll be remembered forever. Good. Sixth query: how do you make it unforgettable? Start to the unforgettable Foster School of Medicine class of 2024. That wasn't very helpful. And my final question is, will AI replace physicians? I'll share that answer at the end, okay? Now, since ChatGPT really couldn't capture the uniqueness and the essence and the importance of your graduation, I'm going to do a little different. I'm going to speak from the heart today. I'm not going to have a lot of platitudes, and this won't be an aha moment that will change your life. I mean, that should have happened before you got here. And it won't propel you for the Nobel Prize, because if I knew that secret, I'd be the Nobel laureate right now, okay? And I'm not going to mention the 4 years of medical school. That will just precipitate PTSD. but I'll speak from the heart, and you listen from the heart. Now, while I'm honored to address you on the last day that you're a student, actually my most grateful moment was to address you on your first day. And I set the goals for the next 4 years for you and for our education for you. And that was to make you what? Don't fail me. Caring and competent physicians. One person got that right. 4 years ago, to make you caring and competent physicians. A competent physician is skilled, knowledgeable, and proficient in the art and science of medicine, and a caring physician puts the needs of the patient above their own needs. And by the way, if you don't have both of those as a physician, you're unethical. If you're competent and you don't care, that's a moral problem. But if you care and you're not competent, you've lied to your patients. That's equally unethical. So we have spent the last 4 years preparing and ushering and urging you to be competent and caring physicians. Now, as physicians, from this point on, you're going to probe people's lives in a way that few people get to do. Patients will describe personal symptoms in detail. They'll answer confidential questions. They're going to divulge social habits. They're going to reveal the undisclosed details of the most intimate relationships. And they're going to capitulate their privacy for your examination on their benefit. But they do all that believing that you're a competent and caring physician. Now, you'll soon be continuing your medical education and residency. So I'd like to offer you first a little reassurance and some advice. The reassurance is, yes, you will be frightened the first day you're an intern or a resident. That's fairly common. But I want you to be relieved to know that in my 40 plus years of clinical practice, none of my patients have ever inquired about my medical school GPA, my class rank, my lecture attendance, or my step scores. They weren't even curious about my APGAR score, which was my very best score. Now, when you walk across that stage tonight, every one of you will be a physician. Equal in stature and equal in our expectations. And when July 1st arrives, your patients won't be aware of any of your medical school accomplishments, whether they're many or whether they're eager. They're going to want to know, are you a competent and caring physician? Now the advice, and I'm going to piggytail on what Jake said. Most of the learning isn't behind you. Believe it or not, it occurs in the next stage of your training. So during your residency, I want you to do the following. Care for as many patients as you can. That's the best education. As Jake said, read and learn every single day. Make that a goal. C, be curious and continually question things. D, know when to ask for assistance and don't be reluctant to do it. And lastly, when you make a mistake, and you will, learn from it so you never repeat it again. During this next phase of your training, you're going to learn to become exceptional physicians. So don't squander it. Embrace it. It will literally set your medical profession on the journey that you want it to do. So good luck with that. Now, while you may think that tonight's graduation actually attests to your competence, the real test is just about to begin. Your relatives and friends have been patiently waiting for you to obtain your medical degree so they can test your medical acumen. Once your diploma is in hand, you'll be asked to assess that involuntary eyelid twitch, opine on herbal medications, and critique the latest dietary fad. You'll be asked to identify rashes that are texted to you from their iPhones. They're going to ask you whether this small little scratch needs stitches, aka it's a severed limb. And they're going to want a prescription refill with no more knowledge of the pill than its size, geometry, and color. You know, that blue round one that keeps me alive. That'll do it. Now, although you may find this exasperating at times, in the end you should remember, and you should actually be flattered, that the people that know about your potty training, your spilled milk, and your trouble with algebra really care about your medical opinion. It's amazing. In fact, you wouldn't be here without their support. So encourage it. Now, while on this topic, to those that are married and have kids, I'm going to give some personal advice. It's not scientific, but I think it's good advice. Now, when your partner seeks your medical opinion about your child's sore throat, pink eye, or diarrhea, and you do a thorough exam, and you determine it's a viral illness, and it will resolve on its own, do not, I repeat, do not tell your spouse it's a virus. Pay the pediatrician to do that, okay? Your spouse will never believe it's a virus and will go away its own without antibiotics. You're not that competent, okay? So just let it go. It'll be okay. Now, being a competent physician isn't enough. You have to care, and you have to care deeply, and you have to care consistently. Listen attentively to your patients, show empathy, and strive to understand their concerns and their fears. Take time to build a trusting relationship and provide support and reassurance throughout their medical journey. Though you may not always be able to cure, you can always care. And when you come to the point where there's nothing else to offer your patients, it's a terminal condition or something that you can't treat, don't underestimate the importance of genuine empathy, of understanding, of your time, a calming touch, and the comfort that comes with just listening. Now, I know this isn't a revelation to you. We've been talking about this for 4 years. But I'm reminding you for 2 reasons. One, if you've heard me lecture, I say repetition is the key to learning. Let me repeat myself. Repetition is the key to learning. Secondly, in my many years of practicing medicine, I've seen too many physicians who become distracted. How many of you have seen the movie Up? Yeah, I see the nods, heads up, right? It's got a wonderful recurring joke when the entire cast of dogs is distracted by somebody yelling, "Squirrel!" Now, this is what happens when you're sidetracked from your primary focus, caring for the patient, by a less important or irrelevant thing. Squirrel! Whether that be entitlement, the quest for accolades, financial gain, notoriety, personal convenience, fatigue, or even discontent with the medical system. Over the years, your commitment to take care of your patient, the primary focus, will be tested again and again and again. Squirrel! Don't ever be distracted from caring for your patients. Now, one last thing. If you listen to your patients, they'll tell you whether you're doing a good job of caring and being competent. So I'll close with these 2 true stories. I was a CCU attending, and Loretta was 40 years old when she was admitted late one evening to the CCU with occlusion of her left anterior descending, resulting in a massive anterior myocardial infarction. Family and friends, I just said she had a big heart attack, but I wanted to make sure they got their tuition's worth, okay? That's what I did. Now, throughout the evening, she had multiple episodes of ventricular tachycardia and ventricular fibrillation, a life-threatening arrhythmia. And she required CPR and defibrillation to save her life. She was shocked 13 times that evening. At rounds the following morning, Loretta turned to the intern and said, "How am I doing?" The intern, fairly new, fairly fresh, replied, "Miss Bachman, I think you're going to die. Is there anything you want me to tell your family?" She paused for a second and replied, "Yes, tell them I have one lousy doctor." Now, the intern was quite competent, but not very caring. Fast forward, I cared for Loretta for another 10 years. And by the way, the intern took her advice and became a very good caregiver after that. Second story, my patient, Leonard. Now, he was a crusty, elderly Jewish gentleman from upstate New York who, after retiring to Texas, had a heart attack. And I cared for him. In fact, I cared for him during a near-fatal event and over the subsequent years. I enjoyed his New York accent and his wit. And I had grown up in upstate New York. So one day he called me to report that he had fainted, and he was rushed by ambulance to the nearest hospital, the infamous outside hospital. And they had done thousands of dollars worth of tests on Mr. Leonard. No diagnosis. So he calls me on the phone. He says, Dr. Lang, I need to visit with you. I need your help. I need a diagnosis. So I bring him into clinic. Now, he recounted that prior to fainting, he had developed some abdominal pain. He became nauseated, cool, and clammy, and sweaty. When the ambulance arrived, they noticed a slow heart rate and a low blood pressure. It was a classic vagal reaction. That is, pain activates the vagus nerve, causes your heart rate and blood pressure to go down. I know you know this. I'm telling them behind me, okay? Now, the diagnosis, which had eluded other physicians and thousands of dollars of tests, was evident to me. I'm kind of basking in my brilliance at this point. I haven't ordered a single thing. I've just taken a history. So I told Leonard, I said, Leonard, you had experienced a vagal reaction, and I described it in great detail and how his symptoms fit the diagnosis. Leonard listened very intently. He shook his head, had this very quizzical look on his face. And he said, Dr. Lang, are you done? I said, yeah. He said, Dr. Lang, I know you're a very smart doctor. You saved my life when I had a heart attack. He said, but I don't know about this. I've been eating bagels for 50 years. I never had a bagel reaction before. True story. He knew I was caring. He wasn't sure I was very competent. So allow me to return to the last question I posed to ChatGPT. Will AI replace physicians? And here's the response. AI can be incredibly powerful in processing and analyzing large volumes of medical data, identifying patterns and assisting in decision-making processes. It can help physicians make more accurate diagnosis, personalize treatment plans, and improve patient outcomes. However, medicine is not just about data analysis and decision-making. It's also about empathy and intuition and understanding the unique needs of the individual patients. The human aspects of medicine, including the ability to establish trust, provide emotional support, and navigate complex ethical dilemmas, is something that AI cannot fully replicate. While AI will undoubtedly play a significant role in the future of medicine, it is unlikely to replace physicians entirely. Nice to know you have job security. Well, since at the beginning, ChatGPT informed me that you won't remember anything I've said, you probably won't remember me, I'll get to the most important issue right now. It's something that you should remember the rest of your lives. When I started the commencement speech, I introduced you as the Paul L. Foster School of Medicine, class of 2024. Now I'd like to take the opportunity to address you as doctors and colleagues. You can tell that everybody here is proud of you tonight. They celebrate your achievement, and I want to extend my congratulations to the distinguished doctors of the Paul L. Foster School of Medicine, class of 2024. We're now about to begin the hooding part of the ceremony and the awarding of degrees, and I want to explain the attire of our faculty and students. It looked like everybody walked out of the house with their bathrobes on. That's not the case. Our doctors, our students are wearing a doctor's gown that is laced with green velvet and has green chevrons, and that's the traditional color of medicine. Their hoods are also edged in green, and the lining has the official colors of Texas Tech Health El Paso, red and black. And finally, the students wear a tam, that is a square hat with a gold tassel, and that designates a doctorate degree. Now you notice that when you hood, there'll be faculty and guest hooders, and some of them may have different colors on their gown, and that's based upon their discipline, and their hoods reflect the college or university where they received their doctoral degree. As each student's name is read, they will come forward to be hooded. They will then proceed to receive their diploma. Now, let us proceed with the conferring of degrees. Will the Paul L. Foster School of Medicine class of 2024 please rise? Hold on, not yet, not yet. Come back here. Come back here. I just said rise. I didn't say walk yet, okay? Hold on a second. Come back, come back. We know who you are. Come back, come back. There is this part where I have to confer this degree. My apologies, guys. I love how eager you are to get your degree tonight. Degrees are awarded to those who have successfully completed the requirements established by Texas Tech University Health Sciences Center El Paso and the faculty. The faculty has recommended the candidates of the Paul L. Foster School of Medicine for conferring of your medical degree. Now, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of Texas Tech University System, I confer upon each of you the medical degree. Congratulations, and you can actually be seated. We'll get through this second. We're going to put the party. All right, we're going to rearrange the platform a bit and then begin the hooding and the passing out of diplomas.
All right, now, will the graduating class please stand along with their guest hooders and the faculty hooders? You may now approach the platform to be hooded and receive your diplomas.
Omar Mohammed Abu Dawood. Sanya Ali.
Christopher John Anderson.
Austin Quam Arsenault. Kedzie Arrington. Heba Grace Ossie. Bronson Michael Bailey. Emily Bateman Barton. Ofek Belkin. Het Suresh Barucha. India Charlize Bradley. Simon Sirius Brendley. Tyler Braden Bullard Wolf. Drew Campbell. Kayla Deanne Campbell. Christopher Castaño. Shahrukh Chaudhry. Brandon Michael Chin. Manasa Chittari. Laurel Dacus. Ujalasha Malik Danani. Abhishek J. Duran. Jake Austin DiPasquale. William Davis. Alyssa Jeanette Downey. Nicole DeWolf Drury. Emily Austin Dworkin. Joaquin Daberechi Eddy. Edgar Escalante Alderete. Emily Marie Estes. Sarah Farouk. Ryan Anthony Floresca. Joshua Samuel Gardner. Rachel Madeline Goldfarb. Devin Monique Gonzalez. Kristen Nicole Helmsdorfer. Carlos Machuca Hernandez. Simon Holguin. Tracy Hai Lee Huynh. Jordan Lee Eichler. Misbah Jelani. Suzette Jimenez. Sarah Jane Johnson. Tetsuyuki Kawai. Sayed Alireza Kalafi. Ahmed Khan. Shravya Reddy Kitchener. Michelle Riley Kilcoyne. Ye Kai. Alexander Tien Lei. Noemi Lopez Valdez. Joseph Esteban Storm Lucker. Tyson K. Lumbreras. Eliashandra Christina Maku. Sanjana Reddy Mada. Nivedita Manohar. Sarah Mansour. Anais Martinez. Sheila Montana. Sarah Nicole Mazal. Andrea Lee Cortez. Andrew Houston Montgomery. Carla Moriel. Madeline Morris. Carolina Najera. Kim Nyatvi Win. Nu Quinn Win. Eukarya Christie Ngozika Okafor. Obaro Toby Okopie. Matthew Joseph Palfreeman. Catherine Parker. Reema Patel. Ritu Jayendra Patel. Mariah Ramiel Perkins. Serena Dawn Peterson. Melissa Renee Renteria. Rohan Riredi. Jacqueline Rodriguez Ponce. Ibrahim Faraz Salama. Diego Emanuel Sanchez Salaya. Alexandra Schlosser. Whitney Chantel Schaefer. Tyler Scott Smith. Aiden Philip Springer. Ray Thomas Tong. Akira Maria Tiola. Robin Torres. Danielle Trevino. Benjamin V. Trin. Vanessa Victoria Velasquez. Alan Shen Wang. Bina Yarlagada. Syed Jerry Zaidi. Emerald Mo Kaing Za. Emily Zintek.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the Texas Tech University Health Sciences Center Foster School of Medicine graduates from the class of 2024. Noemi, would you please come forward to lead the class in the recitation of the class oath?
Okay, this is the Foster School of Medicine class oath for the class of 2024. And I guess we can all say it together? Yes, okay. Ready? In order to uphold the honor of our profession and dignity of our patients, I ask you to hold us accountable to these resolutions. To my loved ones, I promise to honor my responsibilities to you. I vow to love you and take care of you like you have done for me. I commit to uphold the values that you have instilled in me. I pledge to honor your legacy through my actions. Thank you, for without you, I would not have achieved all that I have. To my patients, I vow to uphold your humanity above all else. I will honor your autonomy by empowering you to make informed decisions consistent with your values. I promise to humbly serve you with integrity, compassion, and respect. I will ground my care in the highest ethical standards and build our trust upon it. I pledge to provide culturally competent care, address health inequities, and advocate for you. To my colleagues, I vow to foster a culture of collaboration as we uphold our commitment to serving our community. I commit to establishing a safe and respectful work environment. I will embrace accountability. I will be dependable and consistent. I promise to conduct myself in a manner worthy of emulation. To my community, I pledge to use my influence responsibly and serve selflessly. As a steward of health, I promise to promote equity across all cultures, consciously standing for justice and truth. I will promote transparency and honesty. I vow to be an active, integrated member and fulfill my civic duties. To myself, I affirm that I will never compromise my integrity. I promise to challenge my biases so that they do not affect my standard of care. I will strive for excellence in every facet of my practice. I will always be open to new ideas and learn from my mistakes. I promise to recognize my limitations and know when to ask for help. I promise to care for myself as I will care for my patients. I commit to lifelong learning and to educating those who follow in my footsteps.
You won't recognize that oath because it's original, and the students wrote that when they first started, and I believe that they're committed to maintaining those standards throughout their entire medical profession. I'd like to thank our faculty and staff. If you'd like to sit down, you can. Once again, I'd like to thank the faculty and staff that have dedicated themselves to preparing these young physicians for the new endeavors. Would you stand? I just want to recognize faculty in the back. Would you stand for a sec? I want to thank you. Now, that's not all the faculty. That's just the best ones back there, okay? There are two other groups of people I'd like to recognize. Here in our midst are friends, graduates, alumni, family, and friends who've been in the military service. For those that are currently serving, for those who have served in the past for our veterans, would you please stand? We'd like to recognize you, especially around Memorial Day. Please stand. Ensign? Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Now, one group still remains to be thanked, and gathered here, students, our family and friends who have applauded you. They appreciate your achievements. They've supported you. They've encouraged you all along the way. And it's fitting that we just take a moment for you to thank them. So a round of applause. All right. I'd like to thank all of you for being here today to celebrate the achievements in our students' lives. In our graduates' lives. The graduates will be making exit towards the back door of the stage to allow families to exit at the same time to meet their graduates outside of Plaza. Dr. Harrell?
All right, can we give one more rousing applause for our graduates, our faculty, and our academic leadership? Well, this concludes today's commencement exercises. We thank you all for attending today, and we're actually going to ask that everyone remain in your seats until the end of the academic recessional. At this time, will the stage party, followed by the faculty and then the students, please rise and prepare to depart the theater. Again, we invite you to unite with your graduates in the plaza outside of the theater after the recessional. Thank you and have a great evening.